Hello, everyone. Very good morning and good evening. Welcome to the Game of High Flyers, the next episode. In this episode, I have now with me Mr. Abhishek Pallav. And let me tell you a little bit about Abhishek. Abhishek has started his journey after doing a mechanical engineer. He was preparing for government jobs for Navratans. It did not. He tried for 4 years, and then after that, he started his journey. He was working as in operations, manufacturing operations in automobile company. There, he also got a chance to work as a core team member in SAP, and from there he started thinking to convert his career into the consulting part of it. From there he came to us to Sastra Geek. With us, he has done trainings on SAP PP Mastery, SAP PP Excellence, Job and Mastery. We have trained him into the multiple aspects, and now recently, few months back, he has joined automobile company as a SAP in-house consultant, and he started it with the package of 7 lakh plus. So that is a brief about Abhishek. So Abhishek, with that introduction, I would welcome you on the show. Welcome to the Game of High Flyers.
Welcome, sir. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. So Abhishek, I have just told your story in my words in a brief. It would be great if you can explain your story in your words, that what kind of things you have gone through, what kind of struggles you have gone through, what things benefited you. If you can tell your story, that how from starting as a mechanical engineer, looking for the government jobs, and now converting your career into SAP consultant, how was this journey overall? Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos.
First of all, good morning to all of you. And when I passed, I have several jobs in manufacturing firm. But you know the market trend, the earlier package were not so good. You have to start somewhere. So in my mind, there was some plan to prepare for some good technical jobs, such as Maharatna Company and Engineering Services and various other state government jobs such as UP Bridge Corporation. So there was already a plan in my mind, but by college placement team, there was an interview schedule for a renowned global company, infrastructure company. So I appeared, and then they assured to that we will get the offer letter. But after waiting 2 or 3 months, we will not offer any offer letters. So as I have already planned to prepare for some good jobs, technical jobs, so I started preparing, and gradually I started clearing the written examination. But somehow I could not make to the final list. It happens almost 4 or 5 big companies, you know. So already I have spent 2 years, 3 years for in the hope of finding a good government job. Then after in year 2016, I have to start from somewhere, and I joined a big FMCG company there. There was a new plant installation and commissioning at some remote location area. So there I started in projects, and after 6 months I was permanent. From GT2 I was given the permanent position as an engineer. I have to look after overall project and plant maintenance, then manufacturing at site, so much works. And in the same group, I was got transferred to the another location. And simultaneously in that year, there was an implementation program of SAP at the whole group level. So from the plant I was transferred, I was given the opportunity to prepare the master data for PP and QM module with one of my senior colleagues. And almost working 9 months there, and day-to-day interaction with the consultant team, our implementation partner. I think that yes, it is a chance to to excel my profile because I was very fascinated about the SAP, how things are going in the background configuration and the output is in such a way. So after SAP went live, I constantly almost worked 2 years on that, and almost 1 year as a during the implementation. So almost getting the exposure of 3 months, I switched another automobile company, and there my responsibility because in that company. SAP has been implemented just 6 months ago, and the end user were not so mature that what are the transactions. So I was given the responsibility to just grow the SAP in that manufacturing automobile manufacturing company. And there I worked for almost 2 years, and then I planned that it is the right time to switch my domain to the pure SAP consultancy because I have got the enough exposure in SAP field. So, and I was continuously giving interview for the IT company, but without some projects, it is some tough task to crack the interview of IT companies. Then after several, I also gave the interviews for the several manufacturing company, but it has been always hard work always pays. So finally, I got the job of a consultant, and I thanks to Sasta Gig for that because they guide me at the right time. That don't lose your hope, just prepare and go for the interview. Until unless you will not be in the market, then you can't get the job. So first thing is you should. It never happens that you will prepare fully and then appear in interview. Just simultaneously you prepare for the job and just appear for the interview. The rest of the things will be done automatically. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Abhishek, for the quick storytelling. So that's what I also want to tell, that Abhishek started with the searching for the government jobs, the Maharatan, Navratan jobs. We have a lot of candidates and even success stories are also there. People looking for the civil services and trying there. There's nothing bad. We should try for that. What is our aim? But always think that if that does not work, there are another channels. There are another opportunities are always open for you. So don't get disappointed. Don't get go into the negative wave mode, because there are things can be done, and we have converted a lot of people who had a big career gap and looking for the civil services and other things, and then they come to us and they learned SAP and they were able to start their career in SAP. So Abhishek, I have a quick questions for you. So during your journey, when you have thought about that you want to become a consultant, so what kind of preparation you have done, and what kind of different trainings you have done which helped you to become a consultant which you have just joined?
Earlier, I have don't much idea about what we have to do about consultancy because there are big training centers in the company. So I was discussing one of my colleague that now this is the saturation point as a CTM, or you can say power user. We have to look after for much more thing. So he suggested me that instead of joining a big training centers, you can join a good trainer, because in the big training centers earlier the demo is given by some good trainers, and when they leave or something issue happens, then another trainers come. So this type of fluctuation happen in big training centers. But under a good mentor or trainer, you will not face such issue. And so I heard about the Shastra Greek and about you, Parminder sir. So I have been already late because the batch was started, but I joined. You suggested me that join, and I never felt any time that I have joined late in the training sessions. And with the help of the recorded video and time to time guideline of the Sastragiri, I just completed and got so much confidence that I started appearing in the big IT sector company interviews. And gradually and simultaneously, I was also giving the interview for the manufacturing firms because I have to start from here. I have quickly grab some projects to face the real world challenges. So and the best practice materials of the Sastragiri helped me a lot. Also the practice server.
Mm-hmm. Right.
At the right time, I got the right training from the Sastragit, and most important thing was the right mentor. He guided me a lot at every stage.
Right.
That was the main.
I remember even the first discussion the friend Abhishek is talking about is Venkatesh. They both came into a call and we had a long discussion. I guided them what kind of things they need to do it. They joined, and even actually they also both of them got a job into the similar period. I think he has also recently joined as a SAP consultant, right? So that's good. Both of them started together, prepared together, and now started the SAP consulting job also together. That's very good. So one of the things which Abhishek has mentioned, which I always mention to all of my aspirants, participants, trainees, that you are always into the preparation zone, right? It's very important to go and also face the interviews. Preparation is an ongoing process. Abhishek has joined as SAP consultant, but I know that still he need to learn a lot. Every day, every week, every month, he would be learning more things, right? So that learning curve never ends. So be available in the market, give interviews parallel to your doing preparation. So Abhishek, how many interviews you have given roughly?
I have almost given in IT sector almost given up to 10 interviews.
10 interviews.
But the big companies like renowned IT sector companies, almost every renowned company I have given 5 or 6 renowned company interviews.
5 or 6 renowned company interviews. Yeah. It's very important
in only IT sector and manufacture. I almost give 5 interviews. So totally you can take 15 to 16 interviews.
15 to 16
in just 1 year.
A lot of people come to me. There's two major problems are there. A lot of people come to me that first thing is that first major problem is people get trained, but they don't even get the interview calls. So Abhishek got the interview calls. He has given 10 plus interviews, right? Second problem, people come to me that I have given 2 interviews, 3 interviews, I did not get selected, right? So I'd say that at least attend 10 to 12 interviews, and then you say that you're not selected. This is your preparation phase. Go ahead with those interviews, right? Because you just need one. Okay, you have just failed into 3 or 4. There are 10 more lying ahead. You just need to convert one to start your career as a SAP consultant. So Abhishek, what kind of things you have done? Have you taken help from SAP Job and Mastery, our training, and what kind of things you have put it in your CV or change in your CV, which helped you to get so many interview calls?
Parminder sir, first I want to mention that all the interview question was within the PP basic.
PP basic, yeah.
Basic. So all the topics such as shop floor control and confirmation parameters, scheduling parameters, all was within the basic courses. And the material you have provided and the training you have given, all the things covered within itself. There is no need to take the extra study material or help. And further, the guideline from your SAP Job Hunt Mastery Program, you just feel the real scenario, how projects are taken, and just mention the keyword in your CV. Because when the recruiters search, they mention keywords such as experience 5 years, SAP PP. These keywords they just type, and automatically the resume got filtered away. So you already told us that mention that things if you want. Don't think that after first, because the first aim is to make selected your CV. Once the CV got selected, the recruiter might change. Okay, this little bit thing lacks, but it is worth. He's worth for it. So just I focus 2 times, 3 times recorded video, because interview earlier interview I cannot clear, because things don't get stuck in my mind. I forget, because you have to practice simultaneously. And the earlier job profile was very heavy. I have to work almost 13, so I could not get the time to practice. Only on working holiday or Sunday, I practice on the server. So the thing is, just stick to, first of all, stick to the basic PP. All the interview question will be from there. There is no need for the excellence. It is for only certification examination. If you want to grab a good job, all the training material provided by the Shastra Ki, SAP PP basic training, the question will be within itself, interview questions.
Okay, great to hear that, Abhishek. So how Abhishek has mentioned that, initially few interviews he was not able to answer fluently. The basic reason is that the things don't get stuck into the mind, because you have to practice. You have to video 1 times, 2 times. You need to go through the videos. You need to work on the system. You need to run the scenarios. Then what happened that everything is, all the concepts, everything get imprinted in your mind. Then when the interview asks the questions, you answer it with fluency. You answer it with confidence. So that's where I also suggest people do a lot of hands-on. There's a clear criteria. I can say that, okay, this guy is able to get converted and this is struggling, not able to get converted. I talk to all of these people, and I clearly know that this guy is struggling because he has just came into the live session, listened the live session. He has not go back and reviews recording against, and majorly he has not worked in the system. When you don't work in the system, that will clearly show up in the interviews, that you don't have a good hands-on. That's good, Abhishek. I think that information will be helping aspirants. Any kind of HR question has been, you talk about the technical questions which has been asked is all on the PP basic. Any kind of HR questions also has been asked, difficult or some kind of HR questions which you remember?
Yeah, first of all, they asked about the challenges. What kind of challenges you faced, and with coordinating with the other department, because there are so much departments in my previous organization, PPC and production, warehouse, store. So how you coordinated with, because in manufacturing study industry, there are people with different temperament, you can say. They have not equally mindset. And how you do deal with that. Second important question was that how much time you will stay if you choose you. If you select in this organization, then how you look yourself in this industry in almost 3 years, 4 years, or you switch just after 1 week after learning all the things. So this was the difficult question to answer, that how you justify that you will survive here, because no company wants that his employee switch frequently after learning all the things. They have to recruit another in place of you. So these were some difficult questions.
Right. So that is one of the session which is pending in SAP Job Hunt Mastery. Yeah. Where I would talk about these kind of interviews and how you need to prepare and answer these kind of HR questions. Yeah. Because many times it depends on company to company. In IT companies, when you go, HR rounds are not that important. But when you're going into the operations company, they have a set rule. Even though your technical has been cleared, if HR say that, okay, no, this is not the guy, you will not proceed ahead. Yes. Okay, your another friend Venkatesh, I arranged one of the interview for him. He did very good in technical. That was also a kind of a operations company, but he failed in HR.
Yeah. Okay. I remember.
The questions are very simple in HR. The only thing is that you should be ready for it. to answer it. Otherwise, whatever inside you will come in front. Okay, so that questions need to be handled carefully. That's good. What other advice you would like to give it, Abhishek, to the aspirants, the people? A lot of people are like you, working in the operations, and they are now want to switch from day-to-day operations jobs to a consulting jobs like a PP or another consultant. What would be your advice to them?
Uh, First of all, if you want to switch your career from simple end user or CTM to SAP domain, core consultant domain, then first you have to knowledge within basic knowledge of SAP, PP, user configuration, what are the terminology within the SAP, because for the training of end user, you have to just spend 2 or 3 months, you will get training as per end user. But for the SAP consultant purpose, you have to aware all the terms and terminology configuration. And for the right training, you have to grab a good training or center either, or a good mentor or trainer. So in markets, you can choose different their mentors, but with my personal experience, when I was in dilemma that which training center should I join, or should I join a mentor, so I preferably discussing with one my colleague, I choose a trainer who can assure me that good materials are, and in the right way path I am going. So I will suggest to be under the mentorship of a good trainer, because I
Mentorship
was
of a
the
good
mentor.
trainer.
Yeah, because Parminder sir, I always take advice with him. And second one is update your CV, update your LinkedIn profile, because this job I got from LinkedIn profile, consultancy job. So mention keywords, update your resume, study the materials, take the server, practice as much as long you can. Because when you practice, and you will be full of confidence. Just going through the video many times, you will be confident in that very much time, but for long time, it will be just escape from the mind. So these are my suggestions, and don't lose hope. There are other examples who have appeared in 20 interviews, 25 interviews. I remember, sir, you mentioned about a candidate in SAP Job Hunt Mastery Program. He appeared for almost for 20 to 25 interviews, then cracked A1.
Yeah,
So
right.
don't lose hope. If you want to grab a job, first come to the market, update your CV, LinkedIn profile, and you started to appear in the interview.
Very good suggestions. Both of them are very good suggestions. I hope it would be helping the aspirants who are listening to us. And LinkedIn is a gold mine. In my
Yes.
SAP job and mastery sessions, I will talk about more on the LinkedIn, that how the LinkedIn can be used for jobs. Earlier, it was only there into the US markets for US jobs. Now it's also impacting India. Even I am working in projects, last 2-3 projects which I got it, which I do as a freelancing. Everything I got from the LinkedIn.
And
So
the
LinkedIn is a gold mine.
demand for SAP jobs are skyrocketing. It's currently in this very much of Corona time, it is in boom position. So as soon as you grab a job, you will growth.
Yeah, I know many companies in operations. Yesterday only LinkedIn put it, one of the company name I forgot, they have fired 1,500 people during the Corona period. A lot of automobile company, when the market went down, the people has been fired. But SAP is rocketing high.
Rocketing high.
SAP specific skills, if you know these things, you'll have to prepare for it. You need to put really effort. So only the people who are doing this is selected for that job. And so for that particular niche skill is rocketing high. So that's the reason. There would be thousands of or lakhs of the people working into the operations, or million of the people working into the operations, but how many would be having a knowledge of SAP which is required for a consultant? So when you do that, you come into the niche market and then you fly ahead.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on bell icon to update yourself with latest SAP videos. So that's great interview, Abhishek. We thank you a lot for coming into SAP Job and Mastery and joining SAP Job and Mastery, learning from that, and then coming into the game of high flyers and sharing your experiences. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you everyone for listening to us. We'll be coming back with the next episode of Game of High Flyers with the next success story. Goodbye till then.